All right, here we are into game one, everybody.
Is stream up right now?
Stream up is live now. Hello, everybody. I am the Doctor, being joined by vVv Plague for tonight's vVv ADL Draft League night. We're starting to see bans coming out. Udyr Aurelia coming out against JC and Gosu Aurelia, now named Shy Slushy. Definitely targeted bans there. Yasuo, Lee Sin, Jarvan on the other side. Really just big bans overall. Nobody really mains those champions. It's just what they play.
I'm actually surprised they allowed Bulwark Lowell's Braum to get through, because he's a Plat 5 support main who mains Braum, and that's all I've seen him play in the ADLs, and he plays that thing to perfection.
I mean, a Braum on a bad day is still a good champion to have for your team. He does get very tanky, and he can put out a lot of damage.
Looks like JC will be going with the Kha'Zix pick. Hopefully he has that new skin to go with it, though. Or he could go with his famous Wukong. Either or would be good for that team.
Personally, I like Kha'Zix better. He's not as reliant on getting items to become tanky and just be that initiator. He can build a bunch of damage, get in, blow somebody up, and then still be able to get out with his secondary wings. One Lee Army hovering the Riven. Not something I've seen him play in the past, but it's a bit strong. California picking up the Jinx, it's what she plays. If she's not on Morgana, she's playing Jinx. Getting some back talk from Jesta, put him in his place. California is still hovering the Jinx. I don't see her picking anything else. Might as well just lock it in. One Lee Army going around the ring, picking just top laner after top laner, wondering what he's actually going to lock in.
Wow, you called him a peasant, dude? I'm the only peasant in this vVv community, man.
I don't know. What is he, worthless? Is that what he is?
No, he is, shit, what is he? I'm peasant, Binky's plebe, or pleb, or whatever, and he is lackey. That's it. Yeah, he's lackey. Together we form the trifecta of the unempowered.
Excuse me, it's lackey.
Oh, see? What
His
did I
ears
say?
were burning. He knew we were talking about him.
Yeah, I'm the one viewer you got.
There's actually 4 viewers now.
It's more than you'll ever see, so I don't know why you're complaining.
Falcadile's been playing a lot of Ahri in solo queue. It's gonna be interesting to see how well he's gotten on that champion.
Ahri is in a good spot right now with a lot of the AD assassins being sort of pushed to the side a little bit. So definitely going to be something big here if she can land those skill shots. California did lock in the Jinx, as I was saying, one lead locking in the Rengar. If we do see the full damage Rengar that has been made famous by Ryan Choi, definitely something that Ezreal, Nami, Ahri, all of them are going to have to worry about it super hard. He can get in there, delete you, and then move on with his life. Something everybody's scared of. And then Zelena locking in the Syndra. A good safe pick against Ahri. He's going to be able to knock him back when he tries to dash in and put down a lot of counter damage and sort of slow down the advance of the Ahri. And then Aurelia, because his Aurelia was banned, just goes with the Nidalee pick. Super aggressive, super oppressive, not something you want to deal with as a melee in the top lane.
Yeah, honestly, Nidalee is one of the best, if not the best, split pushers in the game right now.
I have seen some success with Xin Zhao against her. His dash range is just about the same as her auto attack. So every time she can come in to get a creep, you dash in, pop her up. And it's a bit mana intensive, but she doesn't always heal through it by the time it's back up again.
I'm just excited to see the kitty versus kitty top lane.
I'm not. That's going to be boring. Nidalee's going to auto attack him, and Rengar's going to base. And that's how that
It's
one's
not.
gonna
At least
go.
it's not going to be a wet noodle fight like Maokai versus Alistar or something.
True. We are going to see some chances for damage to be exchanged there. One Lee army can use the bushes to its advantage, but again, that's also in Italy. It's going to be bush dominance all day long. Braum doesn't have a whole lot to block. Obviously, the two ultimates from Ezreal and Nami are big up there, and he can block both of them. But outside of that, you're going to have JC trying to jump in and ultimate and try and knock up as many people as you want, not a projectile. Ahri can jump around it and try and land a charm, so it's going to take some really good positioning there. And then Nidalee Spears don't do what they used to. Coming down to the last minute here. And no, tonight's stream is not brought to you by JC Serfdom. JC is a man all on his own. He doesn't need us to promote him anymore.
That just made my night.
Must have been a pretty bad night if, you know, that's the one that tips it over. That's the breaking point on if this is a good night or not. Counting down the last minute into the game, though. If JC can really get his lane snowballing, then blue team has the chance to run away with it. But other than that, they're really heavy on Aurelia's Nidalee right now. I mean, Jinx is a hyper carry. Vi's going to be able to lock down anybody on that team, and Rengar just instant pops anybody really at the mid game stage. Something he's really going to worry about.
I say that just made my night as I spill my soda all over myself, so I guess I have to retract my statement.
You are a mess, dude. You need to, I don't know, maybe bottle caps. Stop drinking out of cans. I don't know.
Dude, it's a can. I can't help it, man.
You make can toppers, you know. You can just put the top on every time you take a drink. I don't know.
I guess it would also help if I actually if it actually went in my mouth. Like that would probably eliminate all my problems at this point.
Wait, so do you get the thing where, you know, you tip it a little bit and you just miss your face and spills it everywhere? Because I do that all the time.
No, I kind of went to go back and take a drink of it, and the it wasn't lined up properly, so I just kind of went out the side.
That's you're a mess. I don't know what to tell you.
As for skins in this game, we have 4 skins versus 4 skins. Oh, supports do not have skins. Awesome. That's the way to roll, guys.
One Lee army has not Night Hunter, so he's not going to be able to play with his hood the entire game. A bit disappointing, but it's still a pretty good skin. I like Rengar's skins as much as I hate the champion.
I do as well, but looking on the other team, Jade Wukong, that's a nice skin. Foxfire Ahri, probably her best one, and they have the classic Israel. I don't think you can beat those. I just don't think you can beat those.
Personally, I think Popstar beats Foxfire just because of the recall animation. You have to give it to her.
But then do you take Justicar Syndra or Headhunter Nidalee?
Probably head on in Italy. It's got all the animation sounds. It's really nice looking.
No, I'd have to give it to JC's team on skins.
Yeah, I mean, the Striker Ezreal is a nice touch. It was only available for a limited time this year during the World Cup. The last time it was available before that was the last World Cup. But when the game was just in its infancy, it was a tiny little baby game, not the big monster we see today.
Remember, guys, this stream is brought to you today by JC Serfdom. Keep your peasants in line.
Oh, Christ. Lord save us. Going into the game, nobody is buying items. I believe it's just a little bit of server lag that the spectator client now has. It should sort of catch us up in a second. This did
Rito,
happen.
please.
This happened Sunday night with us. It did catch up after about 30 seconds.
Oh, here we go. Now they're moving. Oh, now they're buying items. Okay.
Yeah, the game skips back 30 seconds for some reason, and then it's weird. But it works because other than Nami, everybody has left the summoner platform. With Nami being so late, I don't believe we're going to really see an invade here, but you never know. Rengar picking up the Doran's shield against Nidalee. It's definitely going to cut back on that auto attack damage, something that you really have to worry about as a melee champ going into a ranged opponent.
It's going to be really interesting, though, to see how Wunley Army plays this matchup, because if he can constantly use that rush control to his advantage, he should be able to win.
See, I don't know about that, because Nidalee has infinitely more sustain than Rengar does, unless he is going APW max. But other than that, Nidalee really does have the sustain advantage.
Looks like we're just doing some standard starts here. We got those early wards down, looking for any invades. Not going to happen this game.
Yeah, everybody's just going to start in their respective lanes. Wunlee's kind of trying to get an early bush cheese, but being a level 1 Rengar, he doesn't bring anything to the table. He won't have any Fury stacks, and he doesn't really have any abilities either.
I know. I maybe he could have done an early level, like a level 1 cheese on Rengar if he started red pot, but that'd be super, super, super risky and really not worth.
You can't really do that as much anymore since they've nerfed him a couple times. It used to be a real threat, but we see him jumping out and instantly Aurelia just throws down auto attacks. And I keep calling him Aurelia because that's his old name, but I can see how it would be confusing right now. A little bit of poke coming out from the supports in the bot lane. Wunley Army about half health now, still eating auto attacks. Missed his Q actually, and now he's just getting chunked down by Lucy. Ignite forces the flash, the counter flash, and the auto attack comes out. That's going to be first blood for Lucy. Shy Slushy. And that's Nidalee. That lane is now over. The junglers should not bother there, and neither should Wunley Army, actually.
Oh, that's really disappointing. Bot lane. California just misses her traps to lock down Ezreal. That would have been a guaranteed kill if that happened.
They did get the early level 2, and they tried using it, but thanks to the Nami sustain, they've basically lost the entire trade series this lane. Both of them are about 3/4 HP, but Nami just heals everything that has come back at him. A good bubble onto California and a Mystic Shot follow-up.
As a support main, I've heard from a lot of people that you actually want to play Nami into Braum for the sole reason that when he uses his E, his hitbox becomes 2.5 times larger than it normally does, so it's way easier to land a bubble on him.
One of
Plus,
the
I mean,
other
Nami's
things,
just so good with that sustain that you really... I mean, Braum block the ult, but all you really do is you have to play around the Braum ult.
another big thing that a lot of people don't realize is that on a max range bubble, if it hits the shield on the max end, then it takes that as the center of the bubble and extends the range a little bit more, so you can actually catch people unawares by like an extended bubble range thanks to the shield.
I really do like the Nami into Braum matchup. Another great bubble landed by bad examples.
This top lane, one lane army is just being forced to throw out as many abilities as possible and trying to get that W ferocity and get the heal up. Mid lane seems to be going fairly back and forth. Braun gets caught up by a bubble, eats a essence flux. We see Glorified up in the top lane. That's a lot of damage coming down. A good Vault Breaker knocking Nidalee right back into one Liana's Gengar. And the bigger cat won that day. The stun landing on the Falcodile, but no real other follow-up damage after that.
That's really what Wanli needed to get back to lane. He needed that kill.
And the kill's gonna be a big one, but I'm not sure it's gonna get the lane back one. I mean, Nidalee is just gonna have that solo pressure she had at level 1.
I think it'll give Wanli at least a fun chance, though, to do something.
He picks up a double Doran's Blade after he bases on the kill. And that's going up against Shy Slushy's Ruby Crystal Longsword. A bit more health to go along with the sustain there. And Rengar's now sustained has to get auto attacks. JC coming in on the Wukong. Good stealth. Exhaust coming down early. Flash from JC. Counter flash from California is going to keep her alive. And not a bad gank by JC.
He'll definitely be back bot lane within 5 minutes.
Glorified in the mid lane lands another nice Vault Breaker. Lots of damage coming down. The ultimate from Zelena and the Ignite. Is it going to be enough? No, the health potion saves it.
Barely. Facadal gets out alright.
Remember, kids, drink your health potions. If Glorified had been level 6 at that point, that would have been a guaranteed kill. Going in at level 4, however, he did miss a little bit. One Liami uses a Ferocity double Q, but misses the Bola entirely. So while he gets a lot of damage down, Shy Slushy just heals it back up and continues on farming.
Yeah, he brought Shy down to half HP with his double Q combo, but then all she did was E and she was already back up a quarter HP.
The spear came in and landed, but at the same time as a 5 Ferocity Duck Roar from one Liani, so it healed him and gave him some bonus stats there. Buffs, second round of buffs are coming up just about now. JC starting on his red buff. Glorified is basing, and this could have been a chance for JC to take it if they had warded.
JC now also has that XP advantage, so instead of coming back and hitting level 6 like Vi will be doing, he can just go to a lane with that red buff and potentially use his ultimate to get something done.
Yeah, Ari's not exactly hurting for mana, although she did buy a Negatron Cloak first item. Not really sure why. I mean, yes, Cinder's aggressive, but it doesn't bring anything other than defense. Like, you're not going to kill Cinder now. You've basically resorted to a farm lane in mid. One that I think Cinder will win.
Pure tank Ari is the new meta.
Maybe it is. We'll see when World starts in a day and a half. Although, Zelena does get his blue buff, whereas JC kept his. Clears out a pink ward, and that's going to be the vision game. Zelena having this blue buff now gives so much pressure onto Falcadal to try and even stay alive.
Ooh, is JC gonna wait for Vi here? Oh, glorified.
Falcadal is there. He face checks the bush. Glorified flashes out. Doesn't make it over the wall with his Vault Breaker, however.
And that's a kill for Falcadal. But Zelena is right there. Hits the stun, but that's and then just goes back. There's nothing Zelena can do right there.
Lonely Army putting a lot of damage down, but he has two members coming up behind him with no wards. He doesn't know when Falcadal and JC are going to be there. No ultimate on the Falcadal. The ultimate from one lead comes out. Charm misses and he decides to jump back in actually. Ignite coming down on the Falcadal. The heal from Shy Slushy is enough to keep him alive, however. Bit of a cheeky move there. Very unfortunate for that top lane. Zelena
wow,
coming
California
up.
hits the ult and kills Falcadal as he was basing.
Wow, I missed that one. GG.
Great map awareness there by Cali to get that.
Yeah, lots of damage from Zelena. Forces Shy out of lane. Wukong is going to stay and push it a little bit, get some bonus lane experience, but nothing really big happening there. A good stun under bad examples, comboed with a big ultimate from Bulver and the chains from Cali. vVv's going back in solo, however. Bad examples is not in a good position to be here. The heal coming out from California saves him from the True Shot Barrage. A good
Another
bubble.
great bubble.
vVv's out of mana though. He doesn't have Mystic Shots or Arcane Shifts. Cali trying to pick up a kill with the zap. Not quite there.
JC, meanwhile, clearing out that pink ward over by Dragon and putting his own down. Yep, JC's going to want to start controlling this Dragon side area, because that's going to be the objective that's going to be contested first.
He is stuck between 4 members of Red Team, however. The pink ward coming from Glorified.
Oh, great
good
by
stun.
Zelena.
The flash from Falcadal, he wants this. Misses his Q and eats a lot of damage from Zelena. Zelena's not there though. Negatron is going to save him. JC flashes a bit unnecessarily. The red buff did pick up the kill before he flashed. Bulver's going to walk right into a Cali Bulver train. Bulver goes down, but California picks up the kill onto Falcadal and clear out the ping. JC does have mana and health. He could go on this if he wanted to, but without flash it would take him too long to get over the wall. Knowing that California is back there, they could have gone up for Dragon with the blue side bot lane and JC.
I don't even know if pushing out the bottom wave is really going to do anything. Cause
it's going to meet...
the other
like,
wave is going to barely reach there. The cannon minion will still be there in time for Braum or Jinx, maybe, to get there.
It's taken all 5 minions, so it will go down fairly quickly. Died, and I don't believe she picked it up. Up in the top lane, Shy Slushy did decide to skip his Phage and pick up a Sheen instead. Vi using the Vault Breaker to get over the wall into the river bush, but is standing on a ward, clears it out now after a bit of time wasted.
JC's here now though.
Oh,
A great
good
bubble landing on the
gets
Bulver.
comboed on. Red buff is going to be enough to slow. The ultimate from Bulver though. JC gets locked down by the passive. The slow coming out. Ultimate from JC. Gonna go down to California's rocket jump. Rocket splash. Zelena deciding to take a walk too. Misses the stun because he didn't have an orb.
One Lee army just getting poked out by this Nidalee.
Backing with 1100 gold, should be able to pick up a Tiamat if that's what he wanted. I don't think that's what he wants to buy a first item though. Selena picking up another blue buff. Callie running into a bubble, but a good claptrap sets up the counter engage.
After red team got the kill on JC, they were kind of low, but the mid laner had just come down. Vi was at pretty decent health. They honestly could have dragoned at that.
Volver was in no position to help. He just would have died. They could have. It would have been a bit riskier, however. Shy wants this. Gets the flash from Lee. Lee does pop the ult on top of flashing, however. Shy's not going to take any damage, and if one Lee decided to go in, he would have been cat food. We see California picking up an early dagger onto Jinx. A bit odd with the Q passive, with the minigun. Actually, Ezra picked up a dagger too. Both ADKs have attack speed passives. The dagger seems kind of redundant.
They might be trying to rush those early Berserker Greaves for the extra move speed, but I don't know if that's...
JC's hiding in the background. Actually eats the zap. The ultimate coming out. Lands on a trap. The bubble gets dodged out by Bulver sort of jump. The shield coming out from JC. Bulver stun onto Bulver. Rocket right in the mouth. Picks up the kill and gives it the speed boost to get away.
Great play by Callie there.
I mean, the traps to stop the ultimate from hitting her are just perfect. We see Shy coming down to the mid lane. Flashes the stun. Going in for the kill. Does he have enough? He picks it up with the ignite. And now Nidalee has a blue buff.
Wonley's gonna have to take this turret to make it worth.
And he's didn't have a wave at the time. He is trying to do a bit of dirty farming, but he's wasted about 20 seconds not hitting the turret waiting for this minion wave. And he did pick up the Tiamat first item. He's looking to push this Nidalee in the tower. Blue team setting up for the dragon, clearing out the pink.
And Wonley's just gonna back instead of taking top tower.
With no teleport available, he's not going to be able to come down and help. California eating a lot of damage from Falconile. The Ignite coming out, and the second dash is enough. The stun from Concussive Blows is going to pick up the kill on the Falconile, but they lose out the Dragon and California. Not exactly worth.
Yeah, Wonley has to take this turret now.
Wasted a lot of time, though, and he's not willing to risk taking any turret damage, it would seem. And right now, he could be hitting the turret, but he's waiting for this move.
Oh, another great stun by Zelena to knock JC away.
Glorified gets picked up by the Essence Flux, however. Ultimate from Bad Example locks down Bulver just enough for Viva to pick up the kill onto him, too. Wonley finally deciding to take some turret shots. Takes it down. I feel like... Again, so much wasted time by one Lee right now. With this double heal in the mid lane, they should be able to siege this for
Nidalee
a long
now
time.
has a completed Triforce too, so...
No orb to stun Shy with, but he is just going to keep running around in circles trying to pick up this kill. California getting the Trinket Ward into that bush just in time.
I don't know, if I was Shy in that situation and I hit the Q, I probably would not have decided to go underneath the turret with... That's just risking...
It's Nidalee. What's the worst that happened? You have to heal yourself? I mean, come on now.
Well, yeah, you could die and give Jinx another kill. It's not like Jinx is already super huge.
Instead of picking up the Bloodthirster, California did decide to go Zerker Groove's pickaxe, trying to rush that IE to get some insane burst down on top of the minigun passive. That's typically the regular build these days, is to get IE first on just about every 80 carry. The Vamp Scepter's just there to give some sustain in lane.
I would say every 80 carry except for Vayne and Twitch, where you would still want to get Blade first.
And Tristan.
Yeah, where you get Static Shiv.
This mid tower is about one hit from going down. JC is caught out by the pink ward though. Zelena's dodging out the charm. Should go in on this. They could kill Falcon.
Missed the Q.
Decided not to ultimate, but meanwhile, one lead popping out of nowhere, picking up the kill on the V.Va and taking those double buffs back. Shy running into Bolver. Bolver throws his shield the wrong way, and instead of running to his team, tries to reposition it behind him again. The charm gets the flash out of Bolver. Bad example in a bit of a predicament. Vi decides to Q the other way.
Looks like Lee's gonna go back to split pushing this top lane.
His ultimates aren't cool though. He's got to wait for it to come back up again. JC going for more damage, picking up the Brutalizer after his Spirit of the Elder Lizard. Not finishing boots yet. A good stun on the bad example, but no follow-up. And JC is just keeping blues at this point.
Another good long-range stun by Zelena onto bad examples. Zelena this game has really been showing that he knows how to play that champion pretty well. He's had a lot of clutch stuns.
Nidalee waiting for California though. The ignite coming out, the slow, the one last auto attack, the flash, and the heal. But Bolver's gonna get locked up here. The zap coming out doesn't land on anything. The exhaust trying to slow Bolver down. California has to base. She can't stay to defend this tower.
JC hanging around mid lane, spotted out by that ward though.
Yeah, he does keep getting spotted out by the great mid lane map coverage from these wards. Decides he's just going to push it out a little bit, try and give Falcodile some sort of support. Syndra does have a lot of wave clear, but not when you're zoned from tower. Charm misses onto Zelena. Falcodile is still going for it. No retaliation from Zelena though. Didn't even bother trying to throw out an ultimate and ignite. Free blue buff for Falcodile. You guess he decided that if JC is not going to give it to him, he'll just have to take him away. California,
as I said before,
though,
Falcodile's been playing a lot of that Ahri in solo queue. He's been doing pretty good with it.
Jinx has the rocket, gets the flash out of Falcodile. Callie's just going to take this tower and run onto Falcodile. Flashes the charm! Oh my god. Great play from California to pick up the kill and the blue buff.
Yep, this is why you have to start banning away that Jinx from California. She's just so good on it.
It really is one of her only champs. I mean, if you ban out the Jinx, I would expect to see her try and get Morgana in the support lane. I mean, when you're playing this team, obviously you have to ban Braum, Jinx, maybe even the Syndra. Lots of target bans on top of your typical OP bans. One Lee sort of freezing the top lane. Doesn't want to deal with Shy right now, but he also...
Oh, Shy hits the spear. One Lee hits his bolo tie. Stop all the aggression.
One Lee has a red buff, the Tiamat, the Brutalizer, double Dorns, and he still doesn't think he can take this middle right now. And when she has a Triforce and a bunch of armor coming back at him, I'm not sure he can.
I think the only way he's going to be able to kill Nidalee is if he ults already with 5 stacks. So that way he have the double 5 stacks.
Bolver finds a monkey in the bush, tries to block up a lot of it. The shield hits the bubble though. They're going to clear out that ward, and Bolver might want to go in on this. The ultimate knocks up JC. Vault Breaker gets cancelled out by JC's ultimate. The stun from Zelena comes down. Rocket from Jinx doesn't kill anybody. Glorified still throwing out these ultimates. Spear from Shy lands onto Zelena. Knockback stun. The charm lands onto California. Bolver tries to jump back in and give some bonus stats to California, but just
One
gets
Lee's
cut
coming
down.
in from the side.
One Lee ult is coming in. He's gonna try and delete Viva. Doesn't quite make it. Gets bubbled. Jumps over and doesn't have the damage because Viva Arcane shifted back over the wall. Almost a clean ace, a 4 for 1. That should have meant the dragon, but with no smite they decided not to go for it. Viva has his Infinity Edge and the Phage. Going to look to pick up a Zeal next. That's what I'm looking for. Going against California's Infinity Edge Static Shiv Rush item combo.
California may be ahead in items, but she has half her team's kills, whereas on blue team, it is so spread out among...
Shy
well,
picks up the tower.
Spread out except
the
for
zap
Ezreal.
lands
Ezreal
and the
probably should have a
slow.
little more.
They don't have any more backup. A double ward in that bush. Kind of unfortunate that they got away with the tower. You see Glorified coming in through the river. Nothing to happen.
That last fight, though, was determined solely by Facadile hitting that max range Q onto California. Or not his Q, his charm. Oh, Viva trying to get the BM white buff steal, but is not able to quite do it.
Now, if only white was a buff and gave something to anybody except Nuna.
Hey, it gives you 75 gold. That is so worth.
It is definitely the biggest gold and experience outside of a normal buff camp. Definitely something you want to keep on your team. Zelena picking up his 3rd blue buff. Glorified at about half health isn't going to be in any position to contest the dragon. Bolver putting a really deep pink ward. That's going to be found almost immediately and taken out, but I guess he thinks it was worth. JC gets stunned up, hit by the slow from Bolver, goes invisible, decides to go back in anyway. California hits him once, hits him twice, gets the stun knockup. Slow lands onto a minion. Glorified going super deep. The rocket from California almost picks up the kill. Stun just misses onto Viva. And that's a 1-for-0 trade, but let's see how the fight continues. True damage coming out from Falconile. He gets locked up by the stun from Syndra. The zap picks up the kill. Auto attacks picking up kills. Viva's going deep. Glorified's going even deeper. Glorified picks up the kill and Syndra kills Nami with this Force Unleashed stun.
Great plays there by Cal and Zelena.
Their positioning was perfect and they were able to thread their skill shots through needles basically. Meanwhile, One Lee still in their top lane.
That top lane.
They haven't needed him, and they haven't really put anything against him either. He's had free farm almost this entire game. But while he has had the free farm, Nidalee does have 4 more creeps than he does. whether that be from jungle camps or whatever. He's just sort of standing around a lot. Like right now he could be taking jungle camps, but it looks like he's waiting for a squishy to pop out. Shy just gets walked by. He jumps on a Falconado, the ultimate from Falconado Charm. Too much CC.
I'm not too sure about that play.
The ultimate from Cali. Is it gonna land? Is it? No, not even. Wrong
That's
side.
gonna be Dragon for blue team.
Yeah, I mean that's one of their team's bigger ultimates down in California, trying to snipe out Ari, and a big player missing. The bubble's gonna land right onto California. No follow up. Glorified goes in. It's gonna be a snipe battle. Smite
Jace
goes to
gets
Jace.
the smite.
Wave knocks up 2 people while Viva tries to get out. Glorified locks down JC with the ultimate, but knocks him down right onto California. The stun from Selena doesn't hit anybody, and now it's a 3v1. Flashes the wall, but Slushy's gonna hit the spear. Pounce once. The stun knocks out the second pounce. He's gonna throw spears. Auto attack crits. Seals coming out from Nami. Gonna pick it up with a takedown.
Another great bubble by bad examples.
And that's the chasing power of Nidalee. Nobody wants to deal with it. Please nerf this champion.
And Facadile is probably going to get this mid turret.
There's a lot of minions there, and One Lead doesn't really have a care in the world, I guess. Those wolf camps are really asking for it.
The gold was about even until that dragon fight, and now blue team is up almost 3k gold. Or a little more than 3k gold. Whereas red was sitting at like a 800 gold lead before that.
And we see One Lead is not really afraid of taking his own team's jungle camps. However, he has been terrified of going near blue teams.
Well, he's not taking them because they're not his to take.
An almost cheeky steal by Glorified. JC picks it up with the burn from his Spirit of the Elder Lizard. Watt runs by a pink to defend his own. He's just going to ignore it for now because he sees California and Bolver coming over. Both teams know there's pinks in those 2 bushes, but really risky to try and go for them. Jinx just instant clearing these waves with fish bones and static shift. Nothing these minions can even think to do. Chaz checks the bush with a zap, nothing happening. And Nidalee's pink ward that she put down the beginning of the game is still there.
Yeah, I would expect both of these teams at this point in the game to start fighting over that Baron control area for wards. Because now is the time of the game where blue is going to need Baron, and where red is going to try to bait it.
Well, the problem right now is Falconado alone has a lot of weight. A great charm onto California. Chunks her down to half health, but no real follow-up. The knockback from Zelena stops JC in his tracks. Ultimate from Viva hits just about everything, but barely even tickles Cali.
That's the 3rd max range charm we've seen from Facadile this game.
Bolver not where he wants to be. Eats a lot of damage. Glorified jumps in. Damage coming out. Still saves the ultimate. Lands it onto Viva. Going super low. Meanwhile on the back lane, Falconido's on California. Zonia's pops. Stuck between Bolver and the hard place. JC jumps onto California. Picks up the kill. Meanwhile Falconado dodging skill shots. Stays alive. JC's just jumping around this. Bonus stats onto Zelena. Not enough. Nidalee picking up a quick double kill. Very unfortunate for red team. That could be the inhibitor. One lead going back top lane. Looking like he's going to come around, maybe pick up his red buff. Yeah. He's going to ignore the inhibitor, pick up his ramp.
Falcadile is making plays this game. He was brought down to 100-ish HP, Zonia's, and then immediately out of Zonia's, flashes away to get out of danger zone.
And that was on top of landing the charm onto California, which basically started that whole thing.
Falcadile is playing out of his mind.
JC's grabbing a blue buff for himself. Just gonna walk away from that. Glorified's gonna be left scratching his head, wondering where it went, and just turn to the white cam.
Jinx picking up her last whisper.
Not a whole lot of armor outside of... Yeah, never mind, everything is armor. Holy crap. JC picking up the Brutalizer and then going straight tank, and with the amount of assists he's being able to pick up, has been able to manage a Randuin's, a Sunfire, and now a Negatron Cloak. He's pretty large monkey to be jumping on top of people.
That Nidalee buy really frightens me.
The
Frozen Mallet, her chase potential has just increased exponentially.
Between Phage, Frozen Mallet, and Blade, you are not
If
getting
Nidalee
away.
is chasing you, you might as well just sit there and let her kill you.
Yeah, it's just not. It's not worth it. Again, Riot, please nerf this champion. If you, I know you're out there. I know you're listening. Nidalee is not okay.
Yeah, or he might start DDoSing your servers again.
That wasn't me. That was an anonymous source that has not been seen in the same room as me. Super minions are now starting to come down this mid lane. Red lane's posturing around Baron. Blue team doesn't have any vision of it. So they're starting to come up on this side, hoping to put some wards down. They've realized that red team's not doing it. They're just sort of off the map. Landing a spear onto California, that could be dangerous.
Honestly, at this point, red is going to be in a really tough position. Like, if blue starts taking Baron, do they allow the minions to crash into their base?
One lead
And
jumps
try
onto
to contest?
Shy, but only gets him to half health. Meanwhile, eats a couple turrets, and one lead flashes in, gets taken down by takedown. Bit of a spotty decision by one lead to go on someone that far ahead of him. Literally was 8-2-4 before that fight went down.
Yeah, not to mention that also that lead, but Shy still had his Blade of the Ruined King active because he hasn't been in a fight at all for like the past 5 minutes.
That's a lot of free health right there. One Lee a bit underperforming in this game. Support vote coming out to a 1-for-4 for red team. Not done yet. Shy walks into a Braum. Doesn't really care, wants this pink ward anyway.
Braum gently massaging Shy's face there, as we just saw.
And then here comes Nami with some nice soothing water to calm him down. Blue team's in a position of power right now. Red team doesn't really have a split push because it can just get shut down by Nidalee, whereas blue team has the lead and the split push. Everything's really going in their favor right now.
If I was blue team, I'd group up, fight at that open inhibitor, try to get that again, and then if you win that, then you just go straight to Baron.
Or they can just go straight to Baron. I mean, the ward for red team just timed out. The second one in the Baron pit doesn't have long left to live. And we see Nami coming in, throwing out her own wards with her Banshee's Veil protection. Ultimate from one Lee coming out. Is he going to try and go back on JC? Probably not. But
I think he's learned his lesson for now.
Shy's going to get a tower, eat some poke from Callie, but that's about it. Jumps onto JC. JC jumps back, throws out the ultimate. And that's good night, kitty cat. Glorified also in a bit of a bad position. Flash from Viva. The Q, the exhaust, the dash misses, and Glorified's going to make it out. However, Shy gets a bit cheeky and walks away with it. And with the top laner for red side going down, they're going to start this Baron. Italy doesn't have teleport, and JC's taking a lot of damage from this, but bad examples are just going to be able to keep healing, and red team has no idea this is going on, so they can take all the time in the world until just now. They decide to back off of it, even though Glorified is way far away. Jinx is trying to take this. Oh, a great slow. The double kill from the Rocket. Zelena getting caught out a little bit by Falcon. The kill's gonna come out. One more auto attack. The triple kill for California. Gets excited. Double buff down. They did lose the Baron and their inhibitor turret, however. They really need to push and basically win the game right now.
That is their only option.
Because Rengar cannot take down this Nidalee. Nidalee does have
with the
two
Jinx
waves.
attack speed, they could potentially... They could push... Well, now Bulwark's taking too many turret shots. They have no minions.
And One Lee with his Tiamat can clear these waves fairly quickly. But red team's gonna have to back at this point. Ezreal is up. Nidalee's gonna be up soon. Glorified eating a Mystic Shot. Goes back in, thinks he can take it. Jinx throws out a zap. The ultimate from Glorified coming out. Lots of damage coming down onto Ezreal. Enough to pick up the kill. One lead barely saves the inhibitor. 40
Saves
health.
Inhibitor with 40 HP.
And One Lee was actually able to kill Nidalee there. I'm thinking it must have been an ill-conceived tower dive.
Nami picking up that frozen heart now.
That's been there for a while, actually. That was her first item build.
Oh, Vi picks up one. What the hell?
Vi
No.
picks up the frozen heart.
Oh yeah, she does.
One Lee
Yeah,
Army
that,
now with double armor pen.
That red team's really gonna need that frozen heart because Nidalee, huge attack speed steroid, and right now Ezreal is a monster. So
And Nidalee picking up the Void Staff, trying to get a bit of more mixed damage in, considering all of Kuga Form abilities do magic damage. One Lee slowly putzing along in this bot lane against the super minions. Doesn't realize Shy is there. Gonna dodge a spear, the ultimate coming out, but that frozen mallet is doing work. Half health, gonna run into JC, however. Maybe. Shy, he's just caught. He flashes. Gonna run by a pink ward though. Is he gonna escape? He's free. But you saw that. That was 3 auto attacks, and One Lee was down to half health.
yeah, balanced champion OP.
It's really going to take some teamwork to get Shy down, let alone the rest of blue team. Ezreal picking up no armor pen because he doesn't have that many targets to take down on red team. Braum doesn't have much armor between the Iron Solari. Eats a charm, however. That's one less ability for California to eat.
I do, however, like the fact that
Big
blue team
engage from
has
JC.
the top
Gets 3 men knockup. Dodges the
Oh.
clamps.
one bubble.
Now, Shy's in a bit of a predicament. Gets a free kill onto Zelena. Braum's already gone down. The Blade of the Ruined King from Cali slows down the clone from JC. But that's 2 members down instantly. Falcon ulting in. Gonna land the charm on the Glorified. Lots of damage coming down. California gets locked down, and that's going to be game. Rengar farming the bot lane, not going to be in a position to help.
Honestly, well played by both teams. It's just that blue team. I mean, Nidalee getting so far ahead really helped them out a lot.
It really was the Nidalee carry. One lead jumps in on vVv, picks up the kill, and then gets immediately charmed. That is really the best case scenario for Rengar players, is picking up a kill and then dying. You did your job. Congratulations. Well played by blue team. They were able to group up and use their advantages to their advantage. Oh, hey, that worked. Alright, actually, can we... Are we able to just jump in the next game?
So, I have news that Sundown is back, but he's making food right now.
Well, he's just a fat lot of worthlessness now, isn't he?
So, we may be switching over to...
We may be pulling in Sundown to replace the Peasant. Talking to Jesto, we are working on getting our next game. So we will take a look at the stats from last game. Let's see. It really was gold everywhere. After blue team had it for the most part, going up and up and up and up and up, and then they were able to get a big team fight from red team and a couple towers, which brought them basically up by 300, and then they immediately lost a Drake fight, and then just spiraled out of control from there, leading up to the big team fight there, which ended the game.
I honestly wish I could use the new match history, but I can't.
RIP.
Never been able to use it. Do you know how to... I always get error 300 when it says... whenever I try to open one. Never been able to see what it looks like. Yeah, that gold was pretty much even until that dragon fight, as you can see from that graph. And then blue just kept getting more and more.
And then there was that one fight where where red was able to pick up the inhibitor, but then they were still down by 6k at that point. And looking at these stats, it really was just Nidalee running away with it, picking up first blood at 2:30, picking up the first tower at 15 minutes, picking up the largest killing spree at 5 kills without dying, along with 11 champ kills, 17,500 gold earned, and 30k damage to champions. The only person to come even close in any category was California, who even still was 2k damage behind, 1 kill, and 2k gold. I mean, and California was the most fed member of their team.
Just really impressive play by Shy that entire game.
Yeah, he was able to take his advantage that he won in the lane and transmit it to the rest of his team, being able to pick up towers, dragons, and just the odd kill here or there. We are now joining the lobby for the second game. Gonna expect a lot of target bans. I am. I do not know about you. Probably you. And
where's my invite?
told them to invite you. We will see how that goes. There we go. Definitely going to be a lot of target bans this game between Nom Nom and Spike.
Yeah, last ADL or the last ADL I played in, I was on your team and we did not ban Spike's Annie, and that was our biggest mistake we could have made.
What, Spike's Annie? Wow, I was expecting the Spike Vane ban.
Oh no, it wasn't Spike Annie. Who was it?
No, actually, I think that was Spike on Sunday.
I don't know. Whoever that was, like destroyed us with Annie. That was awful. That was depressing. A lot of familiar names in here though: Spike, Death and Tax, Hand Banana, Nom Nom. All
That's
players
only
that have
4
been around
members.
here forever.
They're gonna 4v5 this. See some people joining in. Crow, Zelena, Glorified. Wait, Crow didn't play last game. What team is he on? I've been told now that One Lee Army has decided to no longer play tonight and has since been replaced by LeCroix. Just waiting on California to be in game. There seems to be some confusion, seeing as California did not spell her name with an L, it's just a capital I. With Plague being still here as my co-caster. vVv Plague, people.
Hashtag peasant power, everyone.
Put to cast into
Ooh,
chat.
tonight's casters are vVv Sundown and the Doctor. I'm not Sundown, and I will not be taking off my shirt tonight.
We can only hope that that stays true. And I will be putting a link into the forums for, not the forums, into the chat for the vVv Gaming forums. A great place to check out. We have some worthless conversations, such as, I don't know, nothing recently. But we also have some great discussions, such as the ones about the upcoming World Championships. Brought to you by mostly me. Never mind, Plague beat me to it. However, mine goes directly to the League of Legends forums, where the only interesting stuff happens.
Hey, that one click is all the fun.
But let's be honest, what else is there on the forums besides League of Legends? I mean, it's
Hearthstone?
What is this Hearthstone? I only play League of Legends.
Oh, come on. Don't tell me you've never played Hearthstone.
I play Hearthstone a lot, just not recently. It's all about that league, man. Gotta get the plat.
So you have your Twitter on screen, but you don't have my Twitter? Unbelievable.
It's personal stream, yo. Don't blame me, blame the game. Wait, you even have a Twitter? I don't have your Twitter. How am I supposed to put your Twitter up if I don't have your Twitter? Ah, Eugene. Ah, ha, 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 ha. Totally forgot about that. Oh, I get a free follow? Sweet.
Davey
Making
Pants
friends.
BMing me. Looks like we're just waiting for Nom Nom to get back in the game.
Alright, heading into Champ Select, I would expect these bans to be pretty quick. LaCroix, big on Lee Sin. California, big on Jinx. And there goes Bover's Braum. Totally what we expected. And all of these players have been along around enough to know to ban Nom Nom's Oriana.
Yeah,
Yasuo,
Nom Nom's Oriana is just so good.
I mean, Yasuo, definitely one of those annoying champs that Riot seems
Lee
to
Sin,
refuse
there
to
we go.
balance. Lee Sin against LaCroix, it's his main champion in the top lane. See the second ban. Is it going to be the Oriana or is it going to be? It's going to be Lucian. And then the Morgana.
There goes Morgana for California, although
And
they did not ban it.
They decide to first pick Trist. I would totally expect that. Late game monster, early game monster, mid game okay. Really no bad point in the entire game. LaCroix's follow-up would be the Katarina support, and we'll see if they go with the Jinx to follow. Unless LaCroix decides to go top line. I would have expected the Jinx cat support.
Yeah, but they only do that when it's Callie LaCroix. It's Callie and Bulwark.
They could decide to send Bulwark top lane.
They could, but I think it'd be safer if LaCroix just played top. I'm really surprised that they did not ban Nom Nom's Oriana. That thing is deadly.
And it looks like they're not even going to worry about picking it just yet. They've realized that it's up and it's more than likely not going to get picked. We'll see if Death and Tax can try and follow up JC's success on the Wukong. Singed jungle, he was talking about it earlier. He's had success with it while not having success at traditional lanes. And
he's going to go for it. Wow.
I used to use it a lot in Season 2 before they did the Hunter Machete and stuff like that. And it worked very well. People really don't expect a level 6 Ghosted Singe to come flying out of the river path and just flip you all over the map while also killing you. It's so much fun, and it's going to be really annoying for Jinx.
I've actually never seen a Singed jungle before in an actual game. The strangest thing I've seen was Oriana jungle back when I used to main jungle and I was Vi, and that was a joke.
Oh, I've seen it all. I've seen AP Misfortune jungle. I just saw a Cassidon jungle today. I used to jungle Akali. That one really worked. Glorified picking up the Amumu. Decides he didn't like the Vi pick last time. California locking in the Katarina for LaCroix. Bit of an odd choice.
Question is that going to be LaCroix mid, and then they're going to put Zelina top, or is he taking Katarina to the top lane?
I would expect to see Katarina in top lane, but with just the sheer amount of knockups already before that pick between Jarvan, Singed, and Trist, that's a very, very risky chance to pick. Nom Nom could go for the Ryze too. Ryze is another very terrifying champion once he gets going. And when he played him on Sunday, he was 4-0 by 15 minutes. And it's just absurd. You can't do anything to stop him at that point.
Yeah, Ryze is definitely one of those champions you gotta shut out early in order to make him useless.
Which, again, along with the same problem Trist has, there really is no uselessness point for Ryze.
But he's gonna lock in his famous Oriana anyway.
He does have a lot of ball deliveries right now between Jarvan, Thresh, and Singed.
Zelina hovering Vayne. I did play a game with Zelina in California where Zelina did go top Vayne and ended up going like 28-0. But against that team comp, they kind of need more of a front line.
Zelena is also known to troll a bit. We could see LeCrow go sort of the old Warmogs Katarina build. But Zelena decides to lock in the Xinjiao, and we'll see where the trades go. And I was right. It is going to be that Katarina Jinx bot lane, Zelena to the top lane, and Bulwark hitting the mid lane with Karma. Really an odd game to go around.
Katarina support, Singed jungle. What is going on?
New meta. Bit of an odd team comps we see coming around here. Nobody really playing your typical choices other than Katarina, or other than California on the Jinx.
So I've just been informed that Sundown is not back yet and is still getting food. Unbelievable.
No, it's Sundown. It's believable. I mean, he did just come from soccer practice, and which I know from experience. Although not nearly as hard as wrestling practices, I would still imagine they take some sort of work when you're not lying on the ground. That was a shot at all you soccer players out there.
I don't even know how to respond to that.
Oh, shut up. Weren't you a wrestler?
Yeah,
Weren't the practices hell?
that depends if you're weak-minded.
No, they sucked.
Yeah, they really did blow.
There was lots of running. I was in the best shape of my life, but I mean, ugh, running.
Yep, my body was not built to run.
Not sprints, anyway. Nobody's built for sprints. Looking at this game, however, so much AoE from Purple Team that if they can land it onto Tristana, they might do something. But there's a lot of tank coming back at them from Blue Team. Jarvan's
There's
going to
just a
get tanky.
huge, terrifying front line.
Singed will take 40 minutes to get tanky, but until then, he has Ori Shield to back him up.
I'm really just interested to see LeCrow on Katarina, whether that is support, which it probably is.
It's 100% support. Crow wouldn't pick Katarina without doing that.
And I'm really excited to actually see this Singed jungle. I want to see how that plays out.
Oh, shit. Crap, let's play. The last couple seconds into the spectator delay into loading screen, we will hopefully see some really nice skins.
Yeah, it's gonna be really exciting to see what skins they're bringing to the table. TPA Oriana, great skin. Rocket Girl Tristana, great. Warring Kingdoms Jarvan, great. Augmented Singed, great. So far, so good. Ooh, but Spike does not have a Thresh skin. Whereas the other team has all 5. Vancouver, Amumu, Mafia, Jinx, Warringdom, Xin Zhao, Referee, Katarina. I'm gonna have to give this one to Red Team.
Yeah, the good red card Katarina. Although Kitty Cat 10 times better. Sorry to say, so good. Getting in, no slowdown this time. We're gonna go right into things. And I guess I was 100% wrong on that Katarina pick. It is going to the mid lane. Wow, I'm sorely disappointed in Crow right now.
You hyped up his support, Katarina, and I was so excited to see it. The Doctor Dream Crusher.
Broken shards, broken hearts.
Oh, Bulwark, oh. Not really going to be punished too badly for that.
Money in the Bank gets a double proc from his Mantra Q. Just more gold coming out. Nothing coming out from the Bouncing Blade, however, because it does about 12 damage at level 1. My side, 60. A good hook on the Bulwark, but no follow-up. Death and Tax really can't be getting involved here. Starting Fling isn't an option anymore. He has to start Poison Trail. After that, just display Hand Banana, poking Zelena right in the bum. Cheeky Monkey throws him back into lane. Other than that, California's going to help Glorified start his blue buff, and we'll see what happens in this bot lane.
Much rude, but such worth by Hand Banana.
Doing a cheeky little dance, letting Zelena know he has dominance of the lane.
That's really interesting, though. I've seen Jarvan versus Zhao top in so long. I mean, there's a Jarvan occasionally here and there, but Xin Zhao I really haven't seen in like 5 months. Ever since those Feral Flare nerfs, that's the last time I saw Xin Zhao.
I see him occasionally in top lane when Sundown's in a mood. He does get rolling super hard, and he becomes a bit of a problem to try and shut down with a lot of the sustain he has. Crow getting a mini wave built up, not in his favor. Can't really do much about it other than try and get a CS or two. But this mini wave is going to hit the mid tower and just be in a perfect position for Nom Nom to sort of pick it up. Ignite coming up from Hand Banana already, and the flash under tower. The last tick of Ignite picks up the kill for Hand Banana. Now he actually has the lane dominance that he wanted.
I think we were right in saying that he had the lane dominance when he was doing the dance. It's just too beautiful.
It was a mating call. He was worried about it. Nom Nom.
The display of power could not be denied.
Getting lots of minion damage. A hook on the Bulwark though, because we don't care about mid lane. Flay, Bulwark going super low. The heal coming out. CY attacking minions, however. A good inner flame stops the advance from Bulwark.
Oh, Death and Tax coming in, ganking LaCroix.
Just Shenpo's away.
Goes away.
But gets flipped back! No more escape, except for the flash, the Ignite. Hook on the California, shield everywhere. Nom Nom's out of mana, however. LaCroix does have a chance.
And Glorified's coming in for the gang.
Misses the Q. Gonna keep going, lands the E, can't get any auto attacks, however. So he's not gonna get a slowdown. A good zap on to C-Wide. Nom Nom's just gonna auto attack Glorified to death, however.
Really, some interesting ganks that were pulled off there that really did not result in anything.
Hand Banana based and picked up a longsword and some more health potions while Zelena was sort of forced to only pick up a ward and some mana and health pots. Smiting that big wraith for all its troubles. Death and Tax picked up his quill coat, and now he's ready to sort of just clean farm the jungle and not really worry about anybody coming in. I mean, Amumu not known for his jungle invade time or clear speed.
Selena engaging in on Ham Banana top lane, but Ham Banana going right on top of her. The flash burnt out.
Ham Banana doesn't have his counter flash, but he picks it up with the Dragon Lance. Cheeky Q right in the bum. I can see where this lane's going.
Yep, full AD Jarvan is super scary.
And it's really going to be a problem for other members of Red Team. California is going to have to burn flash every time he shows up, and that's not really the best foyer to carry.
Not also to mention the synergy between Orianna and Jarvan with the ball delivery system.
Yeah, I mean, ball delivery
is just going to be
absurd.
terrifying.
Blue team's already in a pickle with the 2 kills on to Jarvan. A good hook on a California. Death and Tax flings her back to safety, however. Not what he wanted to do there.
Overall, really mechanically well done by Spike, though, to set up that Lantern gang.
Yeah, just a bit unfortunate that Spike...
Not an easy thing to pull off.
Death and Tax was just looking the wrong way. Not shield coming from Nom Nom. Misses the damage, however. Zelena has to play super safe now. The lockdown from CY doesn't get caught. Glorified coming in. Slow onto Spike, however. Lots of damage. Flay. Bandage toss gets flashed out and lands onto CY. The hook flash. Kill onto Spike, however. Lots of damage onto CY. They're going to tank it out a little bit. Bolvark goes down to tower. Callie pops the heal, but he's going to go down to CY. Really unfortunate there. 10 seconds is a really, really long time.
Not also to mention giving Tristana that first kill. All Tristana needs is really 1 kill to start getting off.
And she is ahead in farm to the Jinx. So they say that 50 CS down is Tristana, you won lane anyway. So really unfortunate that that kill was going to happen there.
Overall, it looks really like he's in control. I mean, Death and Tax just hit level 6-2 off of his red buff camp. So we're going to start seeing that Ghost, Super Saiyan, alted up Singed going ham.
And he is a Ruby Crystal ahead of Glorified, who picks up his own blue buff, seeing as Katarina really doesn't need it. No mana to speak of, getting zoned out by Nom Nom's Orianna Ball. Zelena's just really unfortunate. A great ultimate though, but Ham Banana's board flashes back into the Cataclysm. C-Wide really wants this. Walks into the traps though, a bit unfortunate. Zap lands on the C-Wide. Inner Flame taking him super low. The chain not close enough to really do anything, but the Flash and Powered Flame picks up the kill. Spike now in a bit of trouble. Bulwark's out of mana though. Lands the hook. Flay eats a tower shot. California's not quite level 6 yet. Death Attacks finds a mummy in his jungle. Just so walks away. Maybe California has the damage. Hook doesn't land, kills a minion. But California doesn't want to go in for it just yet.
I think she learned her lesson from that last tower dive that was attempted. Honestly, the safer play, and I completely agree with it. It's never safe to dive a Thresh, no matter how low of HP he
Always
has.
safe. The ultimate hits C-Wide right in the mouth. Nothing doing, however. Rocket jump. Lots of damage coming out from that empowered inner flame, however. I don't think C-Wide was expecting that.
Looks like Glorify's gonna try to make something happen mid.
Gets
Nom Nom sees
spotted.
him though.
Yeah, gets spotted by Nom Nom.
Right now, the only way Zelina is going to be able to get back in this lane top is if Glorified helps him out. Jarvan right now is just too massive.
Nom Nom, not a lot of mana, doesn't decide to shockwave the Katarina ultimate, just sort of eats the full duration. Lots of damage to put down there. Pink ward from C-Wide is going to catch this green ward. Takes it out, moves on with his day. Glorified
really wants to make something happen here, as if he can land a Q.
Lands the Q and the Curse of the Sad Mummy. Ultimate coming out from the Crow to unite from Nom Nom on to Glorified. Singed is Super Saiyan. Can they do anything? The slow coming out. Glorified gets thrown back. He's going to go down to an auto attack red buff. Now Crow's in a predicament. Bulwark's here. Shunpo shield going to get away. However, Hand Banana walked past the pink ward, so he gets spot out. Decides not worth his time. Just going to run back top lane and see if we can keep killing Zelina.
Honestly, I did not think that this Singed was going to be that impressive, but it's actually really intriguing.
He picks up the kill, and although Mummy died, and that's why he has his Golem faster, we can say Mummy has a faster clear speed. But even with the faster clear speed, Singed is ahead a pair of boots. These inner flames are hitting so hard.
Yeah, bot lane in quite a predicament here.
Glorified's hiding in that bush. No wards to be seen of. But Singed is also here. California really far forward. The exhaust coming out.
His bandage toss.
Ultimate from California misses. C-Wide kills Bulwark. Gonna get a reset. The fling is gonna come up any second. Red buff on the Glorified. Not enough. Fling just now came up. The slow coming out. Cali too far forward. Flay comps it back even more. That's a reset. Hook just misses on the Glorified. Says it go back in. Fling.
No, Glorified, no!
Ultimate from the Crow, not dealing much damage. Shield from Nom Nom is going to be in position. Good dissonance from Nom Nom to put down lots of damage. The Crow thinks better about his actions.
And Glorified's about to go down.
Gets C-Wide the kill, who then flash heals over the wall. Bulwark could do something. Eats a hook, but Spike was already in a bit of a predicament. Lots of damage coming down from C-Wide. Picks up the kill on the Spike, but they could lose the tower unless you can do something about death and tax.
That looks like they're going to be able to save their tower as well. Well played by Bulwark there in order to get that kill and push off death and tax from the turret. But mid lane, however, Orianna is actually under CS'd compared to LaCrow's Katarina. That's actually really kind of surprising.
Not what you would typically see. Hand Banana definitely not in a hurry to take this tower. He can just keep getting kills off of Zelina here, who is now 3 item parts behind. California picking up the bot lane tower. Glorified taking another blue buff. Nothing really surprising here.
Even though the kills are a little bit stacked in Blue's favor, it's still only a
700 gold lead.
As of this moment, a 700 gold lead, yeah. So this game is still anybody's game.
That gold lead is coming from the Jarvan, basically. 3-0-0. Hook misses thanks to the speed buff from Bulwark. Red team wants this dragon, but with all 4 members from blue team down here.
Glorified on Nom Nom.
Eats the Curse of Sad Mummy. and the ultimate from Katarina. Zap picks up the kill and the ignite. Death and Tax forced to run away, pops his ultimate, still has Ghost, however.
They're just going to rotate mid and get this mid turret.
They do have a fresh minion wave, but Death and Tax has some words. Throws Glorified back in. Glorified uses the Vanish Toss to get away. Hook misses, however, and just going to walk away a little worse for wear.
Meanwhile, Jarvan, Ham Banana, getting that top lane tower.
Glorified going to pick up a Wraith Camp. Bulwark picking up some CS. Hand Banana wants him, though. Can he land the combo? Gets the EQ.
Yes, he can.
And lands the Cataclysm for style
Gets the
points.
flash even out of Bulwark.
And that's just style points right there.
It is going to take some teamwork to take this Jarvan down now.
4-0. Oh, already having his Ravenous Hydra. Really unfortunate. There's no real tank killer on red team now. So.
Not also to mention is he 4-0, but he's also up 41 CS, or now 40 CS.
39. California can't even hit the dragon with her rocket. That's not boding well.
It was a 700 gold lead before, and because of that dragon and the towers, Blue Team's now brought that up to a 3k gold lead.
Zelana using his attack speed buff to get lots of damage and pick up that tower. Glorified eating a hook. Seawide misses his buster shot. Curse of the Sad Mummy lands, but the jump still went active. Shield from Nom Nom gonna keep her alive. Ignite. Spike picks up the auto attack kill. Death and Tax gets flipped around. Zelana decides to take it and just run away. Hook lands on the
Great hook by
Bulwark.
Spike.
Decides not to follow it up. The Crow trying to land free harass. The shield coming out from Nom Nom though.
I'm really liking how Nom Nom plays as Orianna, maxing Q first. Just so he can reposition that ball if necessary when he needs to.
No, that's typical anyway, just because the utility it brings.
Well, I know some people like to take W for the burst damage. They want to get that maxed first. I have a friend actually who's a Plat 1 mid, mains Orianna, and he actually maxes E first for lane sustain.
On Ori?
On Orianna, yep. He says that shield is OP.
I mean, it does get fairly large, but it's not exactly sustained. You have to be able to put it properly. Glorified eating another hook, just trying to save tower. Buster shot on top of it. California clearing out the caster minions. Big wave pushing in that bot side. Someone's going to have to deal with that sooner or later.
Nope, sending Callie to go do it right when she shows. Blue team should engage on this mid. Which it looks like that's what they're doing. They're going to try to get something here. Oh, Spike misses the hook. But they'll just casually... Oh.
The red teams thought about re-engaging with California coming in the backside. Zap onto Nom Nom. Good inner flame on the Spike. The Chompers comes down, but eats a hook
again.
to the face. Good.
Two-man Oriole by Nom Nom Rice.
A good Krishna Sad Mummy locks down the tanks. Zelana picking up a kill, but forced to flash away. Not what red team wanted.
Whereas the Crow escapes with 90 HP from that fight. But that's going to mean mid-turret for blue team.
C-Wide not with his team, looking for a buff in his team's name. California and Zelana are just wasting time right now. going in onto Nom Nom, trying to get some damage down. But Death and Tack's the one that eats the tower. Auto Attack gonna pick up the kill for Nom Nom. That's that Clockwork Roundup doing lots of work there.
But meanwhile, the wave was pushed so far on top that almost half of the top second inner turret of the top lane is gone. Even though red team is 4k gold behind, honestly, all they need is one good fight to get back in this.
If they can get a pentakill onto the Crow's Katarina, they might have something going for them.
Or even get a couple more kills on California's Jinx would be good.
Right now, she's kind of has the double lift syndrome now. Just eating hooks. I mean, you can get all the kills you want onto your 80 carry, but if they get hooked by Thresh, there's not much you can do about that.
Well, you could get McHale's.
But then it's really putting it on the support, and when you have a Thresh hook into a Shockwave, into a Singed play, that's a lot you have to worry about.
Or Banshee's Veil.
Look, stop poking holes in my theory, Plague. Just
honestly though, red team's gonna need to do something drastic in order to take control of this game again.
They're pushing this mid wave really hard. Nom Nom has a blue buff, Seawide has a double buff, Ham Banana showing no fear, asserting his dominance on the lane. Spike wants this hook. California dodges that one. Flay onto Lacroix, Shunpo's away. Glorified just sort of in the way. Shunpo hitting 5 members, Curse of the Sad Mummy hitting 4. Rocket from California picks up the kill onto Seawide. 2-man Shockwave on the Bulwark and Zelena. California getting excited again. Flash from Nom Nom. Dissonance doing lots of damage. They still have that mid tower to deal with though.
And just because of that one fight, getting 3 kills and Lacroix only dying has brought them up from a 4k deficit to a 2k deficit.
The dragon is up, and it looks like Glorified's making that call. Slowed down onto Nom Nom, that shield just barely keeping him alive. Hand Banana diving in onto Bulwark, almost picks up the kill. Style points for the Cataclysm. They're gonna lose out on the dragon, however. Worst though, blue team did have a ward, so now they have the timer for the next dragon spawn. California walking over another ward, eats a hook to the face, but Spike's all by his lonesome.
That fight into Dragon is honestly what red team needed to get back in this game.
California going back with 2k gold, Selena with 1200. Katarina waiting for that needlessly large rod, I would assume. Picking up a Wraith Camp. Finds Death and Tax, however. Crow wanted that big Wraith though. Death and Tax taking some BM points for the laugh and then walks away.
And now, Wyatt on Tristana has reached his power, his first power spike at least. He's got that Infinity Edge. He's going to be able to, with that Zeal, he's going to be able to sit back and start critting some people in team fights.
Both teams just trying to keep these waves pushed. California heading to the bot side. Red team's top wave is pushing a little bit. Glorified trying to sort of stop the wave from hitting the tower, but he's not that tanky yet. He is in danger of getting hooked in. Nom Nom putting out the ball, putting it right where red team wants to stand. Just instantly clearing these waves out. Poke lands on the Lacroix and the Flay. Zelena decides to pump in Death Attack, finds himself Karma though. Hand Banana and Nom Nom are both over there. Bit unlucky for Bulwark. He just wanted to ward. And now Death and Tax is going to get hit by the Flame Chompers. Hook on the Glorified
hit by the
again.
hook and
The Flay, a good
But the
4-man curse of the Sad
four-man
Mummy.
curse
The Crow
of the Sad
can't get
Mummy.
in though. His ultimate instantly stopped by Hand Banana. A good 2-man Shockwave knocks out Zelena and Glorified. Now it's just LaCroix and California. California picks up the Crow cleanup crew. C-Wide eating lots of damage. The ultimate gonna pick up the kill. She's chasing a Singed, however, who has a Rylai's. She's gonna have to back off and think about her life choices up to this point. That should mean mid tower for Red Team now.
This could honestly be 2 turrets for Red Team.
Thresh isn't the best, but he could scare them enough. Flay coming out, the exhaust, Hook going wide. Bit of a wasted cooldown in the exhaust though. Death and Tax has California's number though. Slow coming out from the zap, and Spike's just clearing the lanes.
Wow, that last fight brought Red Team within 200 gold of Blue Team, when Blue Team had a 5,000 gold lead at one point in the game.
Glorified keeping all of the buffs to himself this game. Gonna get the level advantage if it weren't for the amount of kills. Yeah, I mean, this Singed is huge right now. 5, 1, and 6. He's already finished his Angel Golem and his Rylai's Crystal Scepter. You're not going to be running away from him more than likely. Glorified does take away Hand Banana. Red buff, however. Death and Tax is Hand Banana. No, okay. 5 members in the bot lane. Death and Tax shoves the wave into tower and is going to be forced to back. On a ward, Spike dodges out the bandage toss. Hook onto LaCroix, however. Glorified gets swept in by the Flay.
All 3 Flame Chompers hit a
Good
person.
3-man Flame Chomp. Glorified's just eating damage though. Hook misses California. Red Team has a lot of poke in their favor. Glorified eating
Glorified
a hook.
hit by the hook.
Swept under tower and eats a static shiv proc. That's a lot of damage coming down. Super Saiyan Singed coming out. Gets the dissonance speed up. He's gonna try and chase down California. Gets a speed buff, Inner Flame coming out. A flash engage. Curse of the Sad Mummy only catches onto Hand Banana. Cataclysm catches the Crow out of position. CY killing Glorified. However, Katarina getting resets. The rocket coming from California kills nobody. The Death and Tax, the only one left alive. Zap and Inner Flame. Will they get in range? Bulwark's not getting hit by the slow, but not enough movement speed.
Another well done fight by Red Team to bring them even in gold.
No minion wave for Red Team, meaning that they can't do anything with the advantage they just got.
Well, I think California at this point, with her lifesteal and how much damage she's doing, they honestly could have had her go take drag. But since Singed was still up, it would have been risky.
I mean, she doesn't have that much lifesteal, it's just a vamp set.
Never falter.
Getting a ward on the dragon, making sure that Blue Team doesn't do it. They should know that Red Team has to back now, and it's their opportunity for dragon.
LaCroix getting hit by the Super Saiyan Super Saiyan Singed, but Death and Tax not deciding to go in on that.
Spike being forced to flash finds Zelena in a bush. Spike knows he's doomed at that point and just decides to accept his fate. Hand Banana pushing the wave out a little bit, eats an inner flame for his trouble. Red team on the dragon, LaCroix eating a lot of damage from that dissonance. Flash from Nom Nom forces the Zonias, but it's going to go down anyway. California tried to heal, but too late. Death and Tax roaming the waters, trying to find somebody. Hand Banana going
Hand
in
Banana
onto
going on Zelena top.
Zelena doesn't have the lifesteal yet. Doesn't have any lifesteal actually. Hand Banana going under the tower, doesn't eat multiple tower shots for his trouble. Hook misses. Claptrap's put in a bit of an odd spot. Nom Nom eats a fishbones rocket for trying to get the ball in close. Spike does get the big wraith, however. A dissonance lands lots of damage on the California, and Death Attacks puts a slowdown. Eats an inner flame, she decides to run away. Zelena not having fun in this top lane right now.
Yeah, Hand Banana's Jarvan has been outstanding this game.
Hand Banana coming down, finds a Karma. Will he do anything with it? Karma just wards the Baron and runs the other way.
Was a safer play to make. I mean, he could have gone in on Bulwark, but he had no real vision of where...
Great bandage toss on the Nom Nom saves his life even after the flay goes out. Dissonance hurts, but he's going to be able to disengage. Hook onto LaCroix. Instantly Zoni is hoping his team can follow up. Karma's there. Shield comes down. Lots of damage onto Nom Nom. The missile gets body blocked by Death Attacks. Deathfire Grass coming out lands onto Singed. Being able to pick up the kill for California and the Ignite picking up Nom Nom's Oriana.
You said earlier that California was having double lift syndrome and getting hooked all day, but I think
LaCroix must be spreading.
I think this is the other double lift that we're known to see, the cool carry double lift.
Yeah, I don't know. What was that? Season 1 we saw that? It's been a while.
I don't know. Maybe we'll call it the Wild Turtle.
Yeah, turtle all day long. Zelena stealing away a blue buff. Blue team has no idea. Just gonna walk away, head back to lane. He didn't get the timer though. Bit too dangerous to stay for that. Oh, never mind. He avoided it. He's good. Glorified now starting to get some tank stats. He has the Aegis and his Sunfire Cape. Going for sort of a team magic resist item as opposed to a single one. Zelena gets the Flag and Drag out of Hand Banana, and Red wants this red buff. Bulwark forced to flash. Hook missing everybody. Just dealing so much damage on a C-wide. The exhaust coming out onto California. Throws out the missile too late. Gets body blocked by Singed. Just stuck trying to get that kill. Forced to flash. Galen dies anyway. Crow picks up the kill onto Spike, and now they're stuck between Nom Nom and Death and Tax. Bulwark putting down lots of damage, picks up the kill with the shockwave, but goes down anyway to Zelena. However, in that time, Hand Banana took the top lane tower.
And Hand Banana isn't done there. They sent LaCroix to go fight him. I don't know if LaCroix can face this tanky Jarvan at this point.
LaCroix doesn't have Ignite. Death and Tax, just no fear. Throwing down the slope, trying to chase after one. Rando is coming out. Zelena jumping back onto C-Wide, gets flipped the opposite direction and Buster shot it away. Glorified going in. C-Wide is so low. Dash coming in, but the hook saves him from Glorified. The flash from Zelena picks up the kill anyway. Glorified gets flipped back in. Zelena's not done fighting. Handbanana picks up 1 kill. Will he pick up a second?
Does not look like it.
Handbanana does pick up the second kill. Zelena not as lucky.
But looks like there's a huge wave mid. And all are sending is singed.
Nom
This
Nom's
is gonna
behind
be
him
an
though.
inhibitor turret.
Nom Nom is behind him, just half health to Crow and Bulver at the same time. Nom Nom really dangerous right now. Hook misses California. Bulver goes down to Nom Nom Rise. California doesn't know where she wants to go. Burns heal and doesn't get anywhere. Nom Nom's going kitty cat hunting, doesn't find any. They are going to go for the Baron, however. 3 members down for blue team. This could mean Baron going down really quick. Crow knows they're going for it, hanging around. Gets jumped on by C-Wide. Gets the flash out of him.
Yeah, this is gonna be blue team's Baron. Glorified was not close enough to do anything about it.
Selena back into split push mode, trying to get as much farm as possible to try and help out his team in these bigger fights.
Man, just when red team was making a comeback in this game too. That last fight and that misposition, like they overstayed. They should not have taken that Nexus turret. That really cost them, or that not the inhibitor turret.
I mean, this full AD Jarvan really is a thorn in their side with the Ravenous Hydra, the double penetration items in the Black Cleaver and Last Whisper, and all the while being able to dodge one single ability with his Black Cleaver.
Not also to
onto
mention armor
Zelena.
pen he gets from his Q anyway.
Red team gets the dragon, and all it costs was Zelena getting hooked in the face. Glorified still getting chunked down by this Orianna. Not a lot
Super
of that
Saiyan
interest.
Death and Tax coming in.
Eats a bandage toss, but now the slow's going to come out on the Glorified. A great 5-man Curse of the Sad Mummy.
Curse
The
of the
flash
Sad
coming
Mummy.
out, but Jinx was nowhere near the fight. Auto attack peeking up the kill for Nom Nom Rice. No AD carry. Blue team just walks right in. California's coming in behind, but it's not where she wants to be.
No, if they find her in that brush, she will be dead.
Hook out of Bulwark led to the flip and then subsequently death. California found herself a Nom Nom Rice, just gonna get completely blown up. That could be the inhibitor. That is the inhibitor, actually. We could have tried to push from with Glorified coming up just now. It was a bit risky. Crow eating a hook. The Zonia's not quick enough to dodge the fling, but the instant Shumpo back. Lots of damage being
the
put down
damage
in the
from that
cone. And they could decide to push here if they wanted to. C-Wide eating an inner
They
flame
honestly
down to
should
half
just end.
health.
Death and Tax can probably tank this both towers along with Hand Banana.
They have a minion wave right here, though. Inner flame down, not going to have any wave clear. Tristana's just going to eat these towers. California getting chunked down by the Hand Banana combo. Ignite Burn, meanwhile Tristan eats towers. A good 2-man shockwave from Nom Nom to finish out the game. not bad by both teams.
Honestly, well played from blue team. Ham Bananas Jarvan was off the wall. Death and Taxes Jungle Singed going 8-2-16 actually really surprised me.
And that's the danger of Jungle Singed, is once he gets rolling, he doesn't stop. Looking at this match, we see blue team having the majority lead for the first half of the game. Once red team is able to pick up a couple good fights and a bunch of towers, they start swinging it again in their favor, and then they decide to overstay their welcome picking up a tower. In which case, it leads to blue team getting a nice double kill onto Jarvan and then a Baron Nashor, and it just spiked after that. There was no real coming back. That last set of fights.
Overall, just really well played by the blue team. I mean, red team, they had chances. They were in it for a while until that last fight, though.
Yeah, I mean, it was just absurd. Nom-Nom's Orianna once again topping the damage charts, topping the kills charts, and just all over. It's just, again, why don't they ban this champion from him? He's a monster on it, and he just completely dominates any situation he's put in. That being said, that is our last game of the night for the vVv Amateur Draft League. Thank you, Plague, for coming out and casting with me. It was a good time.
No problem.
We will be back Friday night, 9 p.m. Again.
Until then, stay safe, have fun, and keep gaming, guys. You guys are awesome.
Exactly. And with that, I am the Doctor saying good night.